Our first blind item is about Selena Gomez and her latest movie, Amelia Perez. It reads, I don't think the A-list actress singer ever expected any acting award from her latest movie release. I think she knows that would probably be the case. She's hoping for awards being a producer of it, but the movie just isn't that great. If you guys have seen the new movie, Amelia Perez, featuring Selena Gomez, comment below. What do you think? This person commented, I thought the movie was great, and so did dozens of critics. One person commented, that clip of her speaking Spanish I saw seems very budget telenovela of her. Now there's this guy Eugenio who actually has some criticism for Selena, to which she responded with, I did the best I could with the time I was given, which I love that kind of response, like, I did my best, sorry. Now this guy Eugenio was speaking about Selena's performance, saying it was indefensible, which that's pretty bad. In the movie, Selena plays Jessie, and essentially the movie is a musical drama that was written by a guy named Jacques about a drug lord who escapes his life of brutality to transition into secret with the help of a lawyer. Eugenio said he watched the movie with people, and every time she had a scene, we looked at each other and said, wow, what is this? Now, I'm not a Spanish speaker. I can't sit here and be like, oh, she's got good Spanish or bad Spanish. And I think that's kind of, it gives me some bad taste. But this guy is in Spanish entertainment. So they, I guess, have valid criticism. One person said, I feel like she doesn't know what she's saying. Another person writes, if she doesn't know what she's saying, she can't give her acting any nuance, which I totally can agree with that. I mean, I feel like you really need to understand the words of the language to then feel what you're saying, just not making the sounds. So we're getting a lot of mixed opinions. So let's go ahead and take a look at a clip of this movie together.
No sé si estoy llamando al número de Gustavo, pero sería así.
I mean, it sounds like Spanish to me.
Este es tu número, Gustavo. Quería decirte que la abogada es Rita Mora. Pues la abogada me llamó para decirme que
she is doing a lot with her eyes. Like,
que ya no había peligro de que me fueran a disparar bajándome del avión.
This person commented, sorry, I didn't understand half of what she said, and I did my high school in a Spanish-speaking country. Another person writes, I speak Spanish fluently as my first language, and I struggled understanding this. Eugenio said that he did enjoy the film, just not Selena, saying that her role was an interesting experiment. Quote, I liked the film, aside from the Selena moments that jump at you, because it has salvageable things. But I told myself, how weird is it that the director doesn't speak English or Spanish, and the movie is in Spanish and in English because they hired a French director. It takes place in Mexico, and it seems like they don't understand the culture. It's like if I made a film in Russian without knowing the culture or speaking Russian, and I talk in French. Now, Selena, she is the queen of staying on social media. She'll announce that she has a social media break, and then 2 minutes later, she's back, and she's like, yeah, break over, which I think is, you know, iconic. She'll go away. She's going away from social media for a while. 8 hours later, we get like some promo for Rare Beauty, and she's back on her stories, but she loves to comment, and she did respond through a comment, writing, I understand where you are coming from. I'm sorry. I did the best I could with the time I was given. Doesn't take away from how much work and heart I put into this movie. Now, I wonder like if, you know, they pick Selena Gomez for the name cred, because even when I'm driving on Sunset Boulevard, I mean, the billboard for this movie, Selena Gomez's name is right in the middle, and it's right up front. So I feel like they used her clout, the name of her clout in this film, and like also offered her a director title so she can get into that world. But I mean, I don't know if like this role probably could have been performed better by someone who had a ton of time to dedicate to the craft, who maybe understood the culture more, who doesn't have Rare Beauty and all these different things that she needs to. It's called Rare Beauty, right? Yeah, Rare Beauty. I always think because Trisha Paytas made that joke about rare disease that she had, and that's why she calls it Rare Beauty. Oh, so cringe. I just can't.
I wonder is Selena Gomez named Rare Beauty because she has that rare disease?
Now, of course, Selena's fans attacked Eugenio, so he had to issue an apology. Dear Selena, I truly apologize for my careless comments, he writes. They are indefensible. Everything's indefensible to this guy, and go against everything I stand for. As Latinos, we should always support one another. While I understand if you cannot accept my apology, please know it comes from the heart. And of course, this little bit of back and forth, it's gotten some press for the movie. I mean, other than that billboard, I haven't seen too many people promoting it. This person commented, Selena Gomez is so annoying and always acting like a victim, so her fans attack someone for only having an opinion. It's disgusting. Another person writes, we all thought it, but you said it. I don't think it comes from a bad place. Another person added, no need to apologize. You didn't say anything wrong or hurtful. Another person added, you gave an honest review. Don't apologize. And finally, I'm sorry you felt the need to apologize and the hate you're getting. Your critique was totally valid and accurate. I think at the end of the day, you know, she's just trying to get an award, maybe at the Academy Awards this year, which good for her for striving for that. But it is an interesting world where a celebrity becomes so popular and so liked that, I mean, someone just can't give their opinion about their performance.
I did get to go back to my roots. I was fluent in Spanish until I got my first job, which then led me to speaking mainly English speaking parts. I thought it would be such an exciting thing for me, for my fans, for my family. This is definitely not the last thing I want to do in Spanish. I'm very proud of who I am. I'm very proud of what all Latinas have contributed. I've met so many of them.
Even though Selena is sorry, people are unhappy. With this person commenting, no excuses, Selena. It's an insulting movie. We're getting an update when it comes to the Liam Payne case. The mainstream media is finally catching on to a recent reveal. The celebrity is desperate to keep her former standard of living until she could find a new guy and is thinking of taking the parents of the dead singer to court to get it. Wait, what? This person commented it is about Kate Cassidy and Liam Payne. She's already asked his parents for money. Another person writes, they were only dating for 2 years and not even married, so good luck on that suit. This is so nasty. So this woman who cares so much about Liam Payne, not even married or engaged this man, knows him for about 2 years, which, like, I know people from grade school longer than that. Now she feels entitled to monthly support from his family who is grieving over his death, acting like what? They've got tons of money to just go and fund her life so that she can go find another rich guy. Ooh, this one's about to piss me off. And I'm over here in Thailand right now at a resort. I'm wearing my robe. This is a different kind of blind. I didn't break down, you know what? But I'm still mad. Liam Payne's girlfriend, Kate Cassidy, is back in the United States, yet her life is not as lavish as it used to be with Liam Payne's money. Sources reveal that her fancy lifestyle was sponsored by Liam Payne, and he provided her with monthly expenses and unlimited access to his credit card and a longtime stylist. Sources revealed to the outlet that Liam used to spend $10,000, I guess, on her monthly expenses and allowed her to use these cards. So she enjoyed the nicer things in life and did not have to work for it. According to photos captured by the Daily Mail, Cassidy looked dull and sad as she left her apartment in London while her friends helped her load her luggage into the car to shift to the US because I guess she's now downsizing.
No wonder Kate Cassidy quickly moved out of the home she shared with Liam Payne after his funeral. Liam's father had already issued a warning. After Liam's funeral, his girlfriend Kate also recently left the mansion they shared. The two had originally planned to get married. Liam left his inheritance to his relatives. His son would receive the majority of it. The remainder would be overseen by his father. Before his death, Liam had planned to stay in the U.S. for an extended period and marry Kate. So they listed their $4.13 million mansion in England for sale. As a result, Jeff Payne had to continue respecting Liam's decision. Furthermore, Liam had made the distribution of the property very clear, and this couldn't be changed. Therefore, Kate had to leave. Since Jeff Payne was in charge of coordinating these matters, he had no choice but to make this decision. Kate understood this as well. She didn't want to take advantage of Liam to gain benefits that weren't hers. Liam and Kate usually lived in a mansion in Florida. The rent was $9,500 per month. Now, Kate has to either try to pay this rent or leave and find a new place to live. When she moved out, she wore Liam's favorite pink hoodie. This is truly heartbreaking.
Don't we love a good robot giving us the summary? Like, damn, wait until they replace me with AI one day. Do you think they can? Can they replace me with AI? I feel like I mess up too much. I've got too much quirk for an AI to mimic that, but I don't know. I'm not going to risk it. Knock on wood. This person commented, poor girl, leave her alone. Another person writes, that's Kate's words that Liam and her were going to get married. No one else's. Another person wrote, Kate loved Liam and the conspiracies are so disrespectful. Now, a source close to Kate Cassidy went to page 6 and said that Kate has money of her own. So it's not like she'll have nowhere to be. She doesn't have the money that Liam had, of course, but she's not broke. She makes money through social media partnerships. She won't be living the same lifestyle she was with Liam, but she's going to be okay. So they're trying to say that she's not a grifter here, which I can appreciate that. There's a good friend going to the press and defending you. Kate, hold on to her. So Liam Payne's will has not been released publicly yet, which I don't know. Do they release wills publicly? I guess if it goes into court. But Kate Cassidy's friend assured that she had no intention of claiming a penny of his fortune. She's not going to claim anything from his estate because they weren't married, and he has a son. He does have a 7-year-old son, which I guess he would be entitled to whatever Liam has in the bank for him. I don't know if it would be until he's 18 or if Cheryl would possibly have control over that estate. Her friend added it's not hers to claim. Of course, Liam Payne's death is a financial setback. Wait, why are they talking about this like a career? But her sadness has nothing to do with money. She's sad she lost Liam. The money doesn't matter in comparison, but she'll have to regroup and move on, find a new place to live as she heals. Our next blind item is about Sabrina Carpenter. She's had a rough week. The short and nasty pop star that was pushed by her label to the point they ran out of budget and had to shelf better artists is a pretty nasty person. Wait, what? If you're in the LA area and ever had the misfortune of being her waiter, room service, or assistant at any event, you weren't treated well by her, and this is before the very orchestrated events that led to her blow up, saying that Sabrina Carpenter is giving Mariah Carey energy, but worse. This comment reads, after the first week of sales of her album bombed and her buzz came and went, remember she was alleged to have broken up with the deadbeat daddy before the album release? It's giving PR stunt. Feel sorry for me. I loved Espresso and a few songs are bops, but we need better industry plans. Another comment reads, as other posters have noted, Sabrina seems awfully cocky for a second-rate Disney Channel sitcom star. I'm guessing she got on that Taylor Swift tour and started reading her own press notices.
Sabrina Carpenter was probably one of the rudest humans that we've had. She came in, she had a comp table, and the first thing and only thing she said to us was, "Where is my booze?" So that was really disappointing, and she did not tip, and yeah, we were very disappointed. We thought she was going to be really nice.
Now, I actually haven't gotten to go to the Sweet and Short tour with Sabrina Carpenter. Comment below if you guys saw the show and what you think, because this article is going in. It reads, during a key moment on her triumphant Short and Sweet tour, Sabrina Carpenter poses a winking question to the audience while singing the song Juno. Want to try out some freaky positions? Have you ever tried this one? Then she picks up one of 17 different SCX positions just before being raised into the air on a giant heart-shaped platform. Sounds like a party. I mean, with the tours, the Brat tours going on and everything, we all can't be Taylor Swifters. Sabrina deployed the missionary pose in the New York sold-out show at Madison Square Garden, then saddled up for a cowgirl night in Nashville and Houston before hitting reverse in Columbus and Toronto. She slipped into the splits in Inglewood one night and used her mic to mimic. It sounds like a Brat. Actually, it really sounds like the Brat tour. Most fans found the singer's raunchy roulette amusing. On TikTok, they playfully suggested new poses for her to try. One user assigned a position to each month of the year and a hand-drawn calendar. Okay, this is getting a little bit creepy. Let's take a look at what all the fuss is about. She almost fell over that into that one. It does seem like a big part of Sabrina Carpenter's character, her shtick, is her being, slightly I guess put together looking, very classic, but also at the same time, a lot of innuendos, jokes. I don't know if you saw her Christmas special, but it's, very sexual if you know, which is an interesting point to be in because she's obviously got a lot of young fans, but she's also trying to appeal to the adults talking about sex. Sabrina's performance of Bed Kim unravels on a frilly circle-shaped heart bed in the far corner of the stage. Normally at the end of the song, the curtains come down around the bed and the singer rolls around in the shadows with one of her dancers. Quote, it has to end with a bang, so that end is like a bang, the curtains close and let's do something behind these curtains before the act ends, which, okay, it looks like, I mean, maybe this is like an adult show only. I didn't know. Does she even really have really young fans? I mean, she did open up for Taylor Swift, so you would assume so. I'm sure it's not as bad as what this article makes it out to be. Wait, no, this looks like the beginning of like some adult film. Okay, so Sabrina responded by saying, "You'll get the occasional mother that has a strong opinion on how you should be dressing, and to that I just say, don't come to the show, and that's okay." Sabrina claims that she's just writing about her own life, quote, "Those real moments where I'm just a 25-year-old girl who's super horny, or as real as when I'm going through a heartbreak and I'm miserable and I don't feel like the same person." So she's just trying to be herself. Let her flip around any position she wants to. She said it. She's a 25-year-old girl who's horny. Since we're already talking about Sabrina Carpenter, let's talk about Taylor Swift. This blind item is about her and Joe Alwyn, her ex. It reads, "Just because you didn't meet someone until the end of the movie doesn't mean that person is not littered through the movie and mentioned throughout the movie. Yes, there is not a clear-cut shot of his face and his name is not mentioned, but he is everywhere in it. And the filmmaker lied. Just straight up lied. Period." Again, about Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn. And it looks like maybe the film director is Lana Wilson. This person commented they went 30 minutes into the documentary and they shut it off. Surprising, because I thought Taylor Swift was #1 right now. This article reads, "Taylor Swift's Miss Americana director never wanted to film her relationship with Joe Alwyn." Interesting, because we're so invested in Travis Kelce's life. Lana, the director, says, "I didn't even meet him until the very end, so no," talking about Joe Alwyn. "Her relationships have been through the microscope, so I had no interest in filming that. Taylor's been through so much, and this should be private. Like, it's not related to the themes in the film or what I thought she was going to do right then. I thought she was going through something so profound and powerful. This real change that didn't really have anything to do with her relationship, so it was never something I wanted to film." According to Lana Wilson, it was disrespectful and weird to film Taylor with her boyfriend Joe at the time. We know back in April 2023, they had broken up after 6 years together. So actually, it's kind of weird that you were like documenting her life and he was not a part of it, but that's what we're getting into. Like, there are obvious moments like this clip where we see Taylor running to her boyfriend Joe at the time. It seems like they're pretty happy.
So much fun. So much fun. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay, here she goes. She spots her man and look, she's on the run. Oh, and there he is. Throwback. Aww. Taylor says that I was falling in love with someone who had a really wonderful, normal, balanced, grounded life. Not mentioning Joe's name, but that was part of the reason why they decided, I guess, together to keep the relationship private, which seems like a big ask for now Taylor, who's everywhere with Travis. And while I don't think Taylor Swift is lying here, I think there are some cracks in her authenticity, which is what we've been seeing with people like Katy Perry and Jennifer Lopez. People like genuineness.
I had to deconstruct an entire belief system for my own personal sanity. I also was falling in love.
Wait, that is so true, because like she constantly writes about her relationships. I can't imagine anyone really going into a relationship with her with the confidence that they're not going to be made into an album and hated by everyone in America.
With someone who had a really wonderfully normal, balanced, grounded life. And we decided together that we wanted our relationship to be private. Even though it was really horrible, I was happy.
Joe has put out a statement. "I would hope that anyone and everyone can empathize and understand the difficulties that come with an end of a long, loving, and fully committed relationship over 6.5 years." As we all know, she has quickly moved on. She went to Matt Healy and then bounced right into Travis Kelce's lap. We don't know if this is a PR relationship, but we've been keeping our eye out for potential leaks, because I did see that one leak, maybe even put up on the screen, of where they had like a breakup plan, but then it leaked. So then, you know, you can't really go through with that. It would just confirm they are a PR relationship. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Joe is slightly relieved? Now let's talk about Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson. This blind item reads, "The former boy bander turned adult host, and not a very good one," which is so true. He's terrible. One day I want to be a host like that, but we're working on it. He's trying to play victim right now from his first marriage. It was always about his thirst first. It is the only reason he got married. Well, I would believe it. Nick Lachey seemed thirsty for the spotlight, and Jessica Simpson was the it girl back then. One person asks, is Nick Lachey good at anything? Another person writes, Jessica wasn't anywhere near famous when they got married, and it's known that she did cheat a lot. Another person writes, he didn't love her. It was plain to see. This person added, he barely tolerated Jessica. Now, I do think it's weird that Nick Lachey can't let go of this marriage, which was almost 20 years ago. I mean, he really has nothing else to talk about. He goes on to say, I too previously married, divorced, so I understand the hurt, the scars that exist from that. He and his new wife were recently on a show because these are like reality show vultures. They cannot get away. So let's go ahead and react to his speech where he talks a little bit about his first marriage.
I just want to encourage you all, don't let your past define your future. What I truly always wanted in my life, which was to have a beautiful marriage and a beautiful family. If I hadn't retained my belief in that, I wouldn't have ever realized the beautiful life that I have with this woman. And we sit up here, we don't have it figured out.
Oh, hell no.
We struggle all the time. You know,
we had a fight last night getting ready for here, but we had to clear the air.
Wait, what? She's like she tells too much. You had a fight last night? I feel like that's just not what I want to hear on a love show from the love host. He's probably kind of like, look at his face. He's like, really? You had to bring that one up? I wonder what the fight was over.
So, but when you love each other, you believe in each other and you're aligned.
It's beautiful.
These are real stakes. And that's why we asked you all who issued the ultimatum, are you willing to walk away? Because that may be what has to happen.
This person commented, I think his timing on this is in poor taste. Right after it was revealed she's getting divorced again. You guys may remember we covered on the channel that Jessica Simpson is about to go through a crazy divorce, and she's actually looking at Kim Kardashian as inspiration. So maybe Jessica Simpson will be the next Kim K. They continue, he says his words to shame her in every gray way where it sounds like he's hurt rather than he did the hurting. He's trying to kick her while she's down because he could have opened up any other time in the last 10 or 15 years, but chose right now when she's about to go through a difficult divorce. This person wrote, if someone wants to go back and watch the episodes of their show on YouTube, you'll find that in every single clip of the episode, he went out of his way to treat her like garbage. And I actually remember watching their show, and I felt like he was so dismissive of her, always thought that she was less than him, like stupid, and you know, it made for good TV, but at the same time, I couldn't be in a relationship like this.
Brat. I'm not a brat.
You're a spoiled brat.
So what if I'm spoiled?
You're a spoiled brat.
But I'm not a brat. I am not. I'm a nice girl.
You're a bratty girl.
I treat you very nice. I hate you right now.
Good. Go away. Leave me alone.
Douchebag of the Year award. Our next blind item is about Paris Hilton. This former reality star turned about to be a reality star again from a family of reality stars thinks she should be paid like an A-list actress. It's bad reality TV. Be grateful for another chance at a paycheck for literally doing nothing. And I know I've been so excited for the Paris and Nicole reboot. I don't know about you guys, but The Simple Life raised me. This person commented, if they all demanded more money, reality shows wouldn't be so cheap and producers will stop making them. Get every damn penny you can, girl. And I must admit, I am so excited for their new show. I don't know how it's going to work. Like, are they just going to do like poor people things again? Because I don't know how that would fly in today's society, especially when there are so many people struggling in the world, and clearly Paris Hilton isn't one of them. Though we do love Paris Hilton, no hate over here. We are friends of Paris Hilton. She's very nice to us. Sil and Bill are back because Paris and Nicole are reuniting for Paris and Nicole The Encore, which is on Peacock. The 3-part special will follow Paris and Nicole as they put together an opera performance of their song Sana Sa, Sana Sa, Sana Sa. You guys know what I'm talking about. Nicole Richie tells Paris's mom, Kathy, about their opera performance plans, but Kathy doesn't seem too keen on the idea, which I love how Kathy Hilton never hides how she's feeling. You could just tell. You'll never get a yes man out of Kathy. Here's a clip of the trailer they've been using to promote their new series.
Missed you though. Missed yourself. Love you very much.
It's been 20 years since the world watched 2 reality TV icons take on all the complexities of a simple life. And while they may have gotten better at holding down a job,
Lighting is so good.
at heart, they're still the same girls who are willing to try anything. Now, Paris and Nicole are reuniting for their next big endeavor.
We decided to turn our famous song, Sana Sana, into an opera.
What?
Sana Sana, Sana.
Now, of course, they are trolling everyone in this show, which is interesting because Paris Hilton did just release an album lately, and it seems like she's trying to push her music career, so maybe we'll get some raw vocals out of this. It looks like Paris and Nicole take a private jet to Arkansas to visit a local bar that they went to back in the Simple Life days. For Nicole's part, she says, "It's been 20 years since Paris and I worked together. You guys know they had a big falling out. I made a video about that, but it kind of flopped, so definitely go and check that out after this because it's a good one. I go through every single thing, and there's a good reason why they had a falling out. It probably does take about 20 years to heal from this, especially if like Nicole Richie is playing your SEX tape in front of a bunch of people trying to embarrass you while you are debuting on SNL. Go watch that video if you want more. Now we're talking about the Jonas Brother family here. Of course, we've got 3 Jonas Brothers, but we're also talking about some extended family. This blind item reads, "Shady runs deep in this humble religious family. An aunt of this famous family band stole over $250,000 from her brother's business. Guess they have stayed true to their roots all this year," which about Joe Jonas and Nick Jonas and Kevin Jonas. And we've also got Joy Nichols Auden. And it looks like she was the one that stole from Nelly's Southern Kitchen. This person commented, "This blind item is about Jonas Brothers and their thieving aunt." Another person added, "That's awful." Now let's talk about how the Jonas Brothers family restaurant has an aunt stealing from them, which how are you going to steal from your own family? Plus the Jonas Brothers, they have so much money. I mean, is this woman really struggling? Okay, yep, jump scare. Yep, she is struggling. Here we go. This is Joy. Not much of a Joy. Oh, poor Joy. She just needs a spa day. A relative of the Jonas Brothers has been arrested, accused of stealing from the family restaurant in North Carolina. Her name is Joy. She's the aunt, and she faces 5 felony counts of embezzlement. Now, the aunt was the former manager of this restaurant, and she's accused of stealing $250,000. It also looks like the waiters, the servers there, they also were struggling because there was about $29,000 in unpaid tips. So people not getting the tips that they deserve, which that really pisses me off because you guys know I love to tip the service workers. You gotta tip them well. Like that's how they make their money. Not if you're working at this Nelly's restaurant.
Officers started looking into the restaurant's manager back in 2020. Now, 4 years later, the 53-year-old woman is facing 5 counts of embezzlement by an employee. Officers arrested Joy Auden Monday for crimes they say were committed between 2016 and 2020. She was the manager at Nelly's Southern Kitchen and is the aunt of the Jonas Brothers. Their father opened this restaurant in downtown Belmont in 2016. The accusations are related to financial inconsistencies regarding the sales of food and alcoholic beverages. Authorities say Auden withdrew more than $251,000 when only $28,798.47 was needed to cover unpaid tips. After looking into it more, they found more than $93,000 was deposited into Auden's personal bank account. It's unclear what happened to the rest of the money.
Don't worry, Joy is not behind bars right now. She's actually bailed out, bond $25,000. So, Diddy can't get out on bail, but at least Joy can. The restaurant is named Nelly's after the grandmother of Kevin Jonas Sr., who founded it along with his wife, Denise, and their 4 sons. It looks like they actually have a few locations, which makes sense because I feel like if they just had this North Carolina location, how did they have $250,000 for her to steal? But they also operate at the MGM Grand Resort in Las Vegas. So there's a lot of money coming into this restaurant.
I called Auden Monday afternoon to see if she wanted to comment on these allegations.
Please leave a message at the tone and I'll return your call.
She didn't answer, so I left a message. About 10 minutes later, I got a text from her reading, "Hi, Caroline, this is Joy Auden, and yes, I have a lot I would like to say, but at this time I will defer all comments to my attorney, Rick Beam. Beam tells me he's ethically prohibited from commenting on any pending litigation."
In this particular case, someone had legal access to the money, I imagine by being an officer of the company, but just basically stole it and put it in their own account. It's embezzlement by the nature of him being in a trusted position.
Retired FBI Special Agent in Charge Michael Tabman used to investigate embezzlement crimes and tells me this case is not a complicated one.
But I don't see this going anywhere other than to a plea agreement, and that's the end of it.
Now, our final blind item is about Britney Spears. If the permanent A-list singer does move south of the border, she'll end up dead. No one will be the wiser, and the kids will generate money for the estate that the singer doesn't want at all. I hate reading blind items like this because I don't want to watch anyone die. And Britney Spears, I think she seems okay. I don't know. This comment reads, "I thought she was headed back to Vegas." Another person commented, "I wish they had stepped her down gradually. Like she needs to get some freedom." Then they look at her bank account and physical condition 1 to 3 months later. her. If she's good, then she gets a little bit more control. But right now, she's a wreck. She seems like someone who genuinely needs health care and financial assistance. Another person writes, in her birthday video, she said that she wasn't turning 42, she was turning 5 and starting kindergarten the following day. Now, actually, I think she was joking in that matter, saying that she's turning 5 because it's 5 years of freedom in her life. And I guess a 5-year-old would go to kindergartner. I don't understand the kindergartner part, but at least maybe 5 years since the conservatorship. Another person adds, I absolutely despise TMZ for their over-reporting on Britney. It makes me really feel bad for her. Now again, she is not moving to Mexico. We don't need to worry about her. It looks like Britney is staying put for now after telling fans that she was moving out of the US to escape paparazzi. She said they've always been so incredibly cruel to me. The paparazzi in the pictures, they tried to edit them and make her look some kind of way, which I do wonder, like, are these paparazzis editing her? Or, I mean, we all have our bad angles. I mean, I could show you a few.
It really kind of hurts my feelings that the paparazzi make my face look like I'm wearing like a white Jason mask. It doesn't even look like me. They've always been incredibly cruel to me, the paparazzi in pictures and the way they've illustrated me to be in. Some of it, I know I'm not perfect at all by any means, but some of it is extremely mean and cruel. And that's why I've moved to Mexico.
Now, the paparazzi must really affect Britney, and I think because back in the day, a lot of the paparazzis would print these photos in magazines, and while social media has become so quick as far as turnover, these would be printed and plastered and placed everywhere. So I think she still holds a lot of hate for paparazzi in those pictures because of how they make her feel and what they make her look like. Here's another clip of her talking about her hatred for the paparazzis.
I'm not really sure why the paparazzi have me going on a plane looking like I'm wearing a Jason mask. It doesn't even look like me. I don't know why I have a torch in my hand, honestly. I think my friend accidentally gave that to me. But anyways, it's my birthday. I'm not turning 42. I'm turning 5 this year. I'm turning 5 years old. And I have to go to kindergarten tomorrow.
Now, a few days after these posts, she posted another video of her modeling an ice blue cocktail dress and wrote, I'm so blessed, I'm house hunting, and this place is insanely beautiful. Thank you, Jesus, for a place so far from America. So again, contradicting, are you moving to Mexico or not? Who's in control here? This is another one of those standard Britney videos dancing around, but I am curious to why she's changing her mind or if she feels the need to run away from something, especially with these celebrities all leaving the US. I'm concerned in what's going to happen. Now, it's unclear whether Britney is simply trolling her audience. The post comes after a California court declared her legally separated from Sam Asghari. Good riddance. I don't want to see any more of him again. She's currently in the midst of having her life adapted into a biopic directed by the Wicked filmmaker John M. Chu, with Universal Pictures landing the rights to her best-selling memoir. So I think this is going to be an excellent movie. There's no way. I don't know if you guys saw Wicked, but that was bomb. So if they could do something really great for Britney's story, I'm excited. John Chu said, despite not having a script in place yet, the project will be about how we treat people, young people, stars that we think we own, women, and mothers. In Britney's take, she claims the project I might be doing isn't a biopic story. It's a fictional musical where I play an extremely intelligent character. Interesting. It's flattering to be in such good company like John Chu. So maybe they're on the same page with Britney. You never know. You guys already know I will be right in theaters to go and see that, whether it's a biopic, a musical. I'm not entirely sure, but I want to hear what you guys think of this week's blind item breakdown. Right now, I am celebrating my birthday. It was on December 11th. I think this will be posted the day after, but thank you all for the birthday wishes. I'm wearing literally a robe at this beautiful resort. If you guys want to see the room that I'm staying in, go and follow me on Instagram or on TikTok at Sloan Hooks. I love you guys so much, and if you like the blind item breakdown series, please rate it on Spotify and Apple. You might see me on tour next year. Like, the blind item breakdown is doing numbers, and it's thanks to you guys. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in next week's episode. Bye, guys.